All right, welcome back to our Tech Academy. My name is Tim Yossi. I am from CorKat Data Solutions. I'm the solutions architect. And here with me today, I have a very special guest, Kevin Cox. He's one of the co-founders along with Mark Grundy. Kevin, this is probably your first time we've ever interviewed you.
This is the first time that I've been interviewed in any marketing material whatsoever for CorKat. Anything. I've been to Tech, I've been to the events, the sales events, but yeah, this is the first time I've been interviewed to this degree.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about CorKat first. How did you get the name? How did it start? Just tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we've been in the MSP arena since early 2000s, 2001, right around there. And, we dealt with all the pain points that all of you deal with small businesses, trying to manage them. The pain points that were always too expensive. We need to come up with a different solution for that. The pain point of upgrading technology, replacing servers, hardware every 2 to 3 years, paying Microsoft more money every time you go from one version to the next version to the next version. Yeah. And again, we're dating this back into the mid-2000s. Virus protection, the high cost of or capital expenses of infrastructure costs. And so we began to look at that, and we actually had a couple of clients that came to us and said, hey, are you guys going to move to the cloud? Are you going to take us in that direction? Where are we going to go from here? And as MSPs, it's our responsibility to guide our clients into their technology futures. And so we took a look at that, and we kind of felt that, well, we either need to jump in or we're going to be left behind. And so in 2009, we began to develop the plan and come up with a name. And I have 2 daughters named Cora and Catherine. And so CorKat came from my daughters. Mark Grundy partnered with me at the very beginning. And between he and I, we developed the solutions of CorKat Data Solutions. We launched in 2011. We invested financially heavily into our technology that we utilize. We believed in VMware as our virtual solution and Dell as our technology partner. And while virus protection softwares come and go, our foundation, our core needed to be technology that we could depend on.
Awesome. So one of the things that people ask me a lot is, what is so different about CorKat? What separates you from the big players like Amazon and AWS?
There's a lot. Well, let's start with security. Our infrastructure is secure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The building itself has more security, camera systems, alarm systems than IBM has in their 150,000 square foot facility in Boulder. We have keypad entry. So just like the big boys of Amazon and Microsoft and Google, we have the exact same security policies in place that they have. We have the exact same audits that they have to go through, the SSAE 16. We have those audits in place annually that review our policy and procedure, from hiring, from background checks, security clearance, all the way through to HR, the configuration of our equipment, our infrastructure, our firewalls, our routing. All those things are monitored by this agency who comes in. And then also, we're locked down. We are a locked down facility. And what I mean by that is we are not a colo primary facility for our revenue. We are a hosting facility. And so our customers have access into their data 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world. They don't need access into our data center. And so unless they have a co-located equipment, they don't need access. So our entire facility is locked down to those key employees who have security clearance to be in there. And when a customer does have co-located equipment and need access, it is scheduled and it is supervised. And so we don't have people coming in. It minimizes that risk of vulnerability.
Well, and it's like, we have all this security, but smaller footprint. So it's more density of security. And, we only have 20 employees as opposed to like thousands of employees. I mean, that's got to make a difference, right?
Yeah. And again, you're talking about the idea of what differentiates us from those higher or larger entities. And it comes down to even our relationships with our employees. We have 20 employees. And so it's easier for us to select people coming in the door. of who is going to have access into the data center, our relationships with these staff members. We have the opportunity to get to know them personally. We get to know their integrity, their character. By walking in business day in and day out with these people, we know who they are. Not perfectly, but close enough. And so when you start talking about big entities like Amazon and Google and even IBM and Microsoft, when you have thousands and thousands of employees with all having access into, to one degree or another, the same environment, mistakes can be made. Information can be leaked. And so the majority of all breaches, all hacks, if you will, usually come from the inside. They come from staff that see an opportunity and want to see how far they can get down the line of that opportunity. And so if you take the most recent one with Amazon last month, that was an inside person who opened the door up for external compromise. And so, firewalls are pretty good. Today's technology is pretty reliable. It's not perfect, but it's pretty reliable. It really takes somebody on the inside to open those doors. And so we have an easier job at managing staff because we are 20. Our footprint is smaller, but our technology is enterprise class. We built our infrastructure off the best of the best in order to provide services and solutions to customers and meet their expectation for performance. Whereas with the big boys or the big tech of the world, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, IBM, all of their infrastructure, while they might have state-of-the-art infrastructure, it's shared on the back end. And so they are a public entity in the sense that anyone can come on board. So whether you have one server or 50 servers, your resources behind the scenes are all shared. With CorKat, all of your resources are designated to you and no one else will ever have access to those things. We are private, whereas they are public. Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you mention big tech, the one thing that I think about is the right to the First Amendment and to protecting the First Amendment, protecting your free speech, protecting your ideals. And it seems like big tech lately has come under fire protecting people's right to free speech. If they don't like what you believe, whether your political alignments, they'll just remove you from their data center. Would that ever happen at CorKat?
No, that won't. And before we go there, because we're just doing this kind of on the fly, right? I want to add something else that differentiates us, and that is our customization. We're hands-on. We don't. You don't have a machine doing this stuff for you. We pay attention to detail, and every customer matters. Whether it's an MSP that is small or an MSP that is large, they all get this customization, this hand kind of walking with them, and a dedicated team of people that really help them get off the ground and moving. And so you don't get that with the big tech. You just get the cold call on the other side.
Yeah, you don't get the opportunity to actually work with a real human that has that personal relationship with you.
That's right. We just handle business kind of old school to where relationship matters. And a lot of people talk about partnership. We want to partner with you. Well, we don't need to utilize that term here at CorKat because it's a given. We don't talk about we don't want you as a client, we want you as a partner. Well, come on, that term's kind of been abused. And so we prove the level of our integrity and our character by partnering with them in the sense of relationship. And so that's just true here. It's who we are, and we can't change that. It's one of those things that just can't change. With the Amazons of the world, it's too big of an animal to have that kind of personalized touch, and that makes CorKat special. In regards to First Amendment right and what's going on in the world today, that's a big issue, and it's wrong. We see small businesses today that can be shut down for any reason whatsoever. The law only allows for being shut down if they violate federal or state law. It does not allow for a business owner to just simply shut you down because they disagree with your views. CorKat believes in the First Amendment. We believe in the freedom of speech, and we're just not going to walk down that path. We will provide the resources for businesses to succeed, and we will provide them a service or a solution for managers, IT managers, to handle their solutions in a manner of integrity and character. But we will not be babysitting them.
Yeah, your data is completely isolated. It's completely dedicated.
Yeah, CorKat doesn't have eyes into the OS. And so we manage the virtual layer down, and then we give keys to the kingdom over to the MSP. They manage the OS layer up. And so we don't have access into their environment. We don't know what they're hosting. We don't know what software layer or softwares they're utilizing. It's kind of a trust relationship. We are trusting that you will abide by state and federal law, and we will provide the resources that we are being hired to provide.
Awesome. Well, that's about all the time we have right now, Kevin. I'm sure we could talk forever.
We could.
But thank you for joining me here today. And thank you everybody out there at Academy. Please visit our booth. Please reach out to Mark or myself if you have any questions. And I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.